Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us on Trauma Cupcakes. So how is everybody doing?
Surviving the heat.
I know, still the heat. I don't think John's dealing with it anymore, huh?
Off and on. Last few days have been in the 90s, but it's been regulating back down to normal temperature for us for this time of the year.
I don't want to get into a big debate, but I honestly don't think that climate change is a conspiracy theory because it is so hot and we're up here in Canada.
Nope, conspiracy theory, you're wrong.
Oh, did you guys hear about all those conspiracy theories coming out because of Trump barely, surviving?
He tilted his head at just the right time and got his ear
Yes.
flipped. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They hired someone to shoot just his ear.
Oh, so you're on that side, right?
Oh, that's just what I've heard. I mean,
Oh, yeah. It's interesting because a lot of people are saying like it was staged, right? And some people are like showing these 3D diagrams of like a wire mesh of his head and how he turned his head just at the right time.
his ear wound,
His ear.
his giant ear bandage.
Yeah, did you see that on the? I mean, they made it look like a fucking pop tart on the side of his head
Yeah, it was very large for
for
what
his.
I've seen conspiracied as a hired hit by Biden, or what was the other ones? Oh, Trump hiring them, or someone Trump works with hiring them to, boost his polls because he's taking a bullet for this country. Which, I mean, not the same.
I just think he got an earful.
I mean, I don't know because they. I saw one photographer saying that the reason being that they think it's staged is because the one photo that's being circulated around, he's being surrounded by Secret Service. He's standing with his hand pumped up in the air, and perfectly framed on the top is an American flag. That is.
Yeah, they would typically have escorted him away, hidden him, so that it couldn't be attempted again. But it just looked like it was staged, where he was up there cheering at everybody that, yeah, he just dodged a bullet, technically.
Because honestly, I don't know if Biden can remember to set up an assassination attempt. I mean,
Yeah, there could have been two.
his mental health is the poor guy. He's really deteriorated.
I mean,
I mean, there was some
they're
slip ups.
both pretty deteriorated.
That is true. I mean,
Biden just doesn't pan. He just wants his ice cream.
let's just give him ice cream. I don't know. I really don't understand what's going on. A lot of people are saying stuff like, why is it whenever gunshots are heard, people just duck down instead of running away? Most people, whenever people start shooting, you tend to run away. But a lot of people are like, why are they ducked down? Like they wanted to still stay in the frame on video. So I don't know. It's just crazy. I don't know what's going on there.
It's definitely a large area for conspiracy theorists to go crazy with because there's a lot of like, why is this like that and stuff of that manner. Like, I mean, I agree. Common sense, and I would hope that their training would require them to get him out of there. But I mean, I don't. I mean, we really only have what JFK to go off of.
Yeah, and that didn't end well.
Yeah, like well, that guy's a good shot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah, I don't know where the conspiracies will go from here. But so far they've been interesting.
Mhm. I mean, it's kind of like one of my guilty pleasures to kind of go down some of these conspiracy theory like rabbit holes because they're so interesting. When you don't understand something and a conspiracy theory kind of like make sense. You're like, is this true? I mean, Raliker, are there any that you kind of, think, there might be something to it?
Yeah, there's quite a few. You end up diving down, searching for truths and lies to see what, if any, probability is there.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never really know everything about our world. So you're just hoping for some kind of excitement that something new and out there is happening.
Could conspiracy theories be because a lot of us are just bored with the SSDD? Like,
Yeah. We're just hoping for some excitement in some new way, I guess.
there's got to be more to life than this.
People always want that red pill, blue pill, the Matrix type of thing. People always want something that's more than what they currently have going on.
I mean, wouldn't that be cool, though? I mean, the Matrix is an extreme example, but being able to just unlock your mind and be able to move faster than bullets and stuff like that, that would be really cool. I mean, it's not happening for me because you should see me trying to get up in the morning. I am not moving fast. Even if I unlocked my potential, it would probably just be like a normal person, but there'll still be like snap, crackle, pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% potential unlocked. Ooh, I'm not aching anymore.
But it all catches up at the end, right? You're
Yeah.
like, fine. It's like whenever you take a shot of, what is that? With that adrenaline, and you just do everything really fast, and then at the end, you're like, oh,
Yeah, what happens when Neo's running away from a smith and he gets a Charlie horse?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
That's
like,
why he
hold on,
bent
hold on.
backwards. It was just fluke.
Yeah.
When he bent backwards to dodge the bullet, that was him throwing out his back at the right time.
Yeah.
Just like Trump,
Yeah.
turning his head at the right time. But yeah.
Neo did it cooler though, and he didn't get hit. Well, no, he did get hit, didn't he? He got hit in the leg.
Yeah, yeah. But still, the leg is still cooler than the ear.
I think while the ear is closer to the brain, the leg has the femoral artery. And I like walking.
Brain.
I already can't hear
Really?
very well.
That's arguable.
We're talking about the brain being located.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
The dementia-riddled brain is up there somewhere. I mean, the drug-riddled.
What's
But-
left of it?
But with conspiracy theories, I think it becomes taboo because people think that you have like a lower intelligence because you ascribe, you believe in these things. But a lot of these people who believe in conspiracy theories have some really reputable backgrounds. I mean, Raliker, is there any like conspiracy theories that you're interested in or you know about that?
I like to follow stuff like with Bigfoot
Uh-huh.
and things like Hollow Earth.
Yeah. Hollow Earth. What's that one?
Hollow
about?
Earth is a little bit more of an exciting thing because the potential to have an entirely separate ecosystem with its own evolution and biology set from what we have on the surface
Mhm.
is kind of an interesting idea. It's just there's a lot of unknowns since we haven't really been able to dig deep enough to make any headway towards a potential Hollow Earth.
So, Hollow Earth basically means just like how we are here, there's something like that inside
Yeah.
the Earth's core. Is that because we don't know truly? I mean,
Pretty
I remember
much.
being a kid and them making us color a divided Earth. I don't know if you guys had to do that, but they basically split it in half. It looked kind of like a weird sunny side up egg, and they're like,
Yeah.
in the core,
Yeah.
it's like this, and then you're surrounded by a whole bunch of magma.
It's potentially that it's just too vast for some people to think that there's nothing else there. That it's just a giant rock, and the closer you get to the center, the more liquid it becomes. Right? You kind of hope that maybe there's like holes all over the place on the inside, or some kind of vein network that has maybe water flowing through it and life too.
I mean, they thought it was all magma, but they recently discovered like this whole ocean underneath several thousand feet below. There's like this whole ocean underneath. So I mean, there could be something to that. I thought it was just like we went down enough and you couldn't go further because it'd be just like a whole bunch of lava, right? But they're starting to discover there's different things. I mean, think of fracking in the water table and going further down and all of that.
And some of the mysterious holes that go down so deep that you can't. It's almost like an ocean, but it's very thin, just straight hole down. And then the further down you go, the warmer it gets.
Weren't you saying like they did something like that in Russia? I remember you saying.
Yeah, they tried to core down. They only got about 13 kilometers deep,
Yeah.
which was just scratching the surface, really.
But is that the deepest hole that?
Yeah.
Oh. And they do talk about like think about those caverns. Like here in Canada, they just recently, in the Yukon, I believe, they discovered this cavern that had like these, a whole habitat in there.
Yeah,
And it-
separate from the outside. Yeah.
One might call it a biome.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
That's what smart people call it.
No, I'm just thinking Minecraft. I can't help this whole conversation. I got two things in my head: Minecraft and Godzilla. Predominantly.
Yeah.
King
Oh
Kong.
my god, thank you so much. I was trying to keep not from saying that. When
No,
when he
the whole
said
time,
Hollow
yeah.
Earth, I'm like,
Yeah. I
King
was like, he just
Kong.
wants a King Kong. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
looking for King Kong.
He's
Like, let's
looking
not
for
lie
his
here.
home.
We're just hoping King Kong's real.
Yeah. No, but that would be kind of exciting.
Yeah. There are those holes or whatever they say that what's weird is there's like these holes in the earth that people don't go to because like around it there's like a whole bunch of dead animals around it and they
Yeah.
don't know if it's something weird with like the magnetic fields or something, but no one has really nobody has a definitive answer what these big holes in the earth are really.
Probably spewing out gas from the inside of the planet.
Yeah, the hollow earth.
The Earth's butthole.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. I don't know. That would be cool. I don't know. Would you go to the, to the middle of the earth, John, if you were given a chance?
Sure.
Just to see
I
what's there?
mean, I'd look at this point anything to not be home. Right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a free vacation, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't care. That
But
sounds
it's,
quiet.
it's not even like a new theory either. It's been
Mm-hmm.
around for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a lot of literature and games that have kind of poked at it.
Gears of
and-
War comes to mind, actually.
Yeah, Gears of War. That
What was Gears of War?
Gears
Theory.
of War is... the theory sort of is that the whole underground world is infested with these beings they call the locusts, and they essentially dig out from underground. It's not the exact premise of the game, sort of, but the monsters do appear from underground and burst out,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
living underground and having a whole society.
And then the whole idea of hell.
Mm-hmm.
Hell is from the center of the world, which would then mean that we do have a hollow earth. Because hell resides there.
Oh.
Right? That's probably the oldest hollow earth theory.
Do you think anybody knows of Hollow Earth? Like, do you
It's
think...
possible, and it could be that they're just hiding it because it's either too dangerous to go there, or they want it for themselves and they don't want the public to know. I mean, that's generally how the conspiracy theories go. Even stuff with like Antarctica. They had decades of telling everybody that nothing lives there, it's impossibly cold, there's a sheer ice wall that nobody can climb up because it's just it just, you can't get up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then now recently with all of our satellite technology, we're finding that we have camps up there, there's animals all over the place there. They've even seen plants growing on the surface. So basically the whole thing is a load of BS.
It's interesting you mentioned the plants because they did say something called the flowers are blooming in Antarctica, and I thought that was just something going back again to climate change or whatever. But it's actually a prophecy talking about how when flowers start blooming in the most desolate of places, it's supposed to be rumored to be like the end of the world.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many times I have heard that it is going to be the end of the world, that I'm just like, I mean, I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm just like, just let me know when I can stop paying my bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know when my mortgage isn't up anymore, and I'll just do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm going to stop it there.
So John, what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh, God, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy. I know the funny ones though, like the.
No, my own.
Do you guys know of like the 9/11 bird one? Like birds aren't real.
Are you talking about the pigeons? Something with the pigeon. Was it pigeon?
It was basically, the theory was, it was a joke, right? This guy made a joke, and people took it serious. But after 9/11, somehow all the birds in the world died. And all the birds now are fucking security surveillance cameras run by the U.S. government, something Patriotic Act.
John, I kid you not. There are people who believe that. I've met one person.
I know I've met a guy who thought it was real on Destiny.
No, you too?
Yeah, we met him playing Destiny, and he wouldn't shut up about it. And I was in tears. I was laughing so hard at this guy, and he was not happy about it.
Most people don't show their opinions.
No, I'm gonna laugh in your face. No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're gonna get laughed at. You think birds aren't real, my friend? Okay, I'm gonna laugh at you. No, I mean, ones like that make me laugh really hard. The new Coke thing. What was it like? What was it? Somewhere between like 1980 and like 2004, 2002, something like that, where Coke changed their formula.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they changed their formula to what people called an inferior formula.
Uh-huh.
And the CEO at the time, I believe, said, the truth is, we're not that dumb and we're not that smart. Trying to say no, we didn't change anything. It's just you're crazy. Like, I don't know what you want us to tell you.
What do you remember when they changed it? They said, you mentioned it, I just forgot.
It was like I believe it was like 1980, 1985 through 2002, something like that. There was like a period of time where they introduced. I think they used I think people said they were using cheaper Coke? Ingredients or something. No, well, that's the thing is originally they put something there, right, and then they took it out. But I don't think they changed the entire formula in a way that I don't know. It's just it's. How much time do you have on your hands where you go, this Coke tastes different?
Yeah.
They must be doing something different. Something's new. Something's amiss. I must now type on my typewriter about this. And then well, it's 1980, right? They weren't like, let me get the computer out and go to fucking it's 2002 as well, right? So it was like, what, MySpace? You weren't going on Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. It would be MySpace.
And people were just writing into their local newspaper about how new Coke tastes different. It's like, dude, you need a hobby.
But the thing about the birds that you're mentioning, I spoke to a girl and she was saying, why is it we've never seen any baby pigeons?
Someone has not been a lot of time in New York. Ma'am, I was born in New York. I've been to the fucking park. They're fucking everywhere.
And it goes further. that the reason why we had to stay inside, they invented the COVID pandemic. Crap
Oh,
you
this
not.
one. Oh no.
So they could replace all the batteries in the birds. And this
couldn't see
was this was said to me in a straight face. What am I supposed to do?
Kick them, physically, mentally,
'Cause I mean-
and just remove them from life.
90% of people didn't stay home. It was everyday usual affair. Like,
Yeah, everyone didn't stay home. We just wore masks and used all the hand sanitizer and then punched each other over toilet paper.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, people going out, that number was reduced. And then when you got sick, of course, you didn't go anywhere. But that's a very tiny percentage.
Oh, these are some good. These people wholeheartedly agree. But yes,
It's also the other one I like is chemtrails. You know, like jet
Yes.
engines leaving a condensation trail, and how that's actually. Oh God, there's a bunch of different theories for that one, right?
I
Like,
think mind control, right?
Oh, I see. I've seen the ones where like the chemtrails are actually the government using the chemtrails to drop like, like chemicals onto people as testing,
Yeah.
stuff like that, or
okay.
it being like secret government policy. It's a way to like sterilize people or test new airborne diseases, new airborne, things like that. It's like someone doesn't know how fucking moisture works.
I honestly feel like that's how conspiracy theories get so much ground. It's because they take a little kernel of truth and then
Their
they
imagination takes off.
takes off. Because I know their chemtrails to me is similar to cloud seeding, which is definitely a thing that they're doing. Like, I know they've done it in China and they've done it to Dubai, where they're trying to make rain clouds and stuff by putting sodium iodide, I think, something like that, into the air that makes rain clouds. Oh, it's backfiring clearly, but I mean, and I've also heard the whole chem kind of thing, like when they put fluoride in your toothpaste. They said because when you have fluoride in your toothpaste, the fluoride makes you more complacent and have low motivation to
drinking
do
water.
things. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, we could talk about I think what I know is like one of the oldest conspiracy theories, which is Freemasons, the Freemasonry.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's what, 18th century.
Yeah.
They sunk the Titanic. They were involved with the
What?
crimes of Jack the Ripper, right?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah, there was the whole
There's
thing where it was,
I love it. For
New
somebody who
editions.
doesn't get into conspiracy theories, you do
Well,
know.
I mean, look, I stream a lot on Twitch. People come in with weird ass conversations, and I want to keep the conversation going. Or me and the guys get into some weird. Look, I've had an 18-hour stream where we just insulted Hugh Jackman's wife for 18 hours. Okay, it's weird. Things get weird. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, look, there's a lot of weird. Freemasonry is kind of a common. I think a lot of people. The ones I'm mentioning are the ones that I commonly know. So, but yeah, I mean, the Freemasons. I still think it's wild to think that some people got together and sunk the Titanic. They placed that iceberg there, like they moved it in place.
There's a lot of like power behind that whole, like the Freemasons, and then you'll also hear about like the all-seeing eye, right?
Oh, like the dollar bill or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like the symbolism behind it, right? And it makes you think. The Freemasons are actually quite active here in Alberta. We had them. Is the Freemasons the same as the Shriners, or no? Or are they completely different?
They're different. They just have a similar.
I just remember them having the compass thing, and I remember the compass being associated with the Freemasons too. So I'll have to see. Maybe it's one of those things that there's a lot of Shriners who are also Freemasons, and vice versa.
Could be.
Huh. That's really
Could
interesting. On.
I have a stupid conspiracy theory that no one's gonna want to hear.
Well, I'm gonna want to hear.
Every single one of the Metal Gear Solid games represents one of the characters from the Cobra unit in Metal Gear Solid 3. Yep, no one's gonna know what any of that means, but me.
But you found a way to put it in there.
Yeah, I did. I did. What's the other theory I have? Oh, Pokemon. You know how you need to trade certain Pokemon in order to make them evolve?
Yeah.
Well, why would you trade like your beloved Pokemon to someone else to evolve it without the chance of them trading it back, right? So that means that if you have like, I don't know, let's say a Machamp, right?
Uh-huh.
Or you had a Machoke and now you have a Machamp, the guy who had that Machoke is probably dead. Because you got a Machamp, which means you leveled up a Machoke, and the only way you could level up Machoke to Machamp is by trading it. So unless someone actually gave you their Machoke to level up and you kept it, that Machamp probably lost its master at some point. It's probably a dead guy.
I love the fact that you use Machamp and Machoke because my mind went into a completely different realm of
Well,
things.
I was trying to think of like Haunter to Gengar, right?
Uh-huh.
Like that's not, I was trying to think. There's only I don't know a lot of Pokemon. Okay, I know like those two that you need to trade to evolve. I played the games, but I don't remember anything about them. They're not PlayStation games. They're not Platinums. I don't care about Pokemon. But
I think they
you
were.
know,
Yeah, I think they were just trying to come up with a mechanic that they could use to incorporate socialization between players.
are you trying to ruin my theory?
Yep.
Okay,
Wow.
so how does this work? Tell me, how did it work? You would give them a card or what?
No,
Well, in
you
the
would
game,
literally
you-
like I would take my Pokemon and give it to you. And as soon as you got it, it turned into the higher grade version. So as a player, I would trade it to you, it would evolve and you'd give it back to me.
No.
But yeah, exactly. There's that chance.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like in the show, though,
Yes.
right? So
In
if
the
someone has a
show-
Machamp, that's probably because that Machamp, when he was a Machoke, his master died. When the new guy got control of that Machoke, it evolved into the Machamp.
Yeah. So does that mean stealing
It's good.
them helps?
Stealing would make a Machoke evolve. I mean, it's dark either way.
Yep.
So with my nightmare fuel of theories, what do you have, Sal? You got to have something.
I kind of do, and I kind of believe it. Because I had mentioned it before, and we didn't really go into it too much, but I'm fascinated by the Mandela effect. So for anybody who doesn't know about it, it's named the Mandela effect because a lot of people swear that Mandela died like in the 1980s in jail. But he only recently died in 2013.
Yeah.
And that weirds a lot of people out because they're like, I can recall him dying in prison, but in fact, he was released and it was many years before he died. So that's why it's called the Mandela effect. And basically what it just is about is a lot of people collectively believe that something happened a certain way when it hasn't. For example, but I believe it is. It's happened. One of my biggest things that got me into it was because somebody said Empire Strikes Back, it's a famous line whenever Luke Skywalker is going against Darth Vader. What does Darth Vader say?
You mean the common quote that everybody knows?
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father?
He never says Luke or anything like that. He goes, no, I am your father.
Yeah.
And everybody will die on that I know say, no, he said, Luke, I am your father. And he goes, no!
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, okay, I cannot believe this. Also, another one is Oscar Mayer Wieners. Everybody remember that song? Like, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer Wiener. I mean, but it's not actually Oscar Mayer. It's Oscar Mayer. It's not
Yeah.
said Meyer, M-E-Y-E-R, is actually Mayer, M-A-Y-E-R, which just doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of theories behind it. Some people think it's just false, you know, kind of false memories. Other people think it could be alternate realities, and it goes as like far as to thinking like the whole thing with CERN and everything like that messed with.
Because they started that back in the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they shut it down. And then reactivated it somewhere in the early 2000s, which they did it again. And then again recently.
Yeah. So just little things like that. Do we all have these false memories? Other people say, no, we were all part of like some alternative universe that this is how it was. And I don't know what's right or what's wrong, but I feel it so strongly in my bones that I'm like, something's up. I mean, have you ever had one of those moments that you're like, no, this is how it was? And people are like,
I will fight you that Pikachu has a black tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. It looks better, and it's correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And to look.
That one.
Mm-hmm. And to see Pikachu now without, you're like, what?
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
This universe is lame. There was this lady, right? She swore that on Fruit of the Loom, like many of us remember it having a cornucopia, that brown thing that the fruit spills out of for the logo. And she checked all of her brand, you know, the shirts and everything like that to prove it, and she couldn't find it until one day she actually found a faded t-shirt with the cornucopia. And that's when they started saying, wait a second. Other people are saying maybe it's a way to see how much of our history can be, like, it's all an experiment of like if they can change our thought patterns, if a lot of us are constantly gaslit to say no, it never happened, to where you finally say, oh, it must have never happened, right?
Yeah.
So
Some of the ones that come to mind though are like Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, how do you spell tunes in Looney Tunes?
T-O-O-N-S.
See, that's wrong. It's Tunes.
I remember TUNES.
See, I don't. I remember it being tunes, like,
Yeah.
because it's cartoons. They're Looney
Like cartoons.
Yeah, but apparently it's TUNES, right? Or like,
Yeah.
like Kit
it's
Kat. How do you spell Kit Kat?
K-I-T hyphen K-A-T or something?
There's no hyphen. It's just Kit Kat. There's no hyphen.
Yeah. There's weird ones like that.
I don't know. It just doesn't add up. And so sometimes, you know, when people are like, no, it didn't happen, you have to really think, well, it might
Yeah.
not have happened. But that leads me to the whole anime thing. Like, I just hope that maybe there's some heroes that are, you know, like you were talking about Isekai, you know?
Yep.
Like, had to go to some other universe to make it just better.
We live on the top world, but it's the problem is that we're having memories of the inner core of Earth, where you know it's Hit hyphen cat
Yeah, exactly.
or like Cheez-Its, right? There's no Z. I thought there was a Z. It's Cheez-Its.
What do
doesn't
you
call
mean?
it Cheez-Its.
There's no Z?
There's no Z. It's just Cheez-It. That's the brand, Cheez-It.
Like, appropriately spelled?
CHEEZ hyphen IT. Cheez-It. That's the brand. Cheez-It. Not Cheez-Its with a Z. Like, I could have swore there was a Z. I call it Cheez-Its. You don't just buy a box of Cheez-It. You buy Cheez-Its.
There's more than one. Dang it.
Oh, it just, man, it drives me crazy.
Hey, it kind of makes your brain itch, doesn't it?
It hurts, yeah. Well, it's like, what's the one I had one recently with the old wife here about double stuff Oreos.
Yeah?
How you spell double stuff?
Does it only have one F?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
No. Yeah, it should have had two.
Mm-hmm.
What's a stuff with one F? Stoof? Double stoof? What the
Now
fuck
I
is
think
double
they're
stoof?
just playing with us at this point.
They're fucking with us, right?
Yeah.
It drives me crazy, dude.
Like, don't think of inflation and the fact that you can't afford your life.
They're
Think
saving
about
on
the
the
F.
cost of font.
Yeah.
We're gonna just save on the F.
It's
Oh.
the same with like oh man, we're really gonna be dating ourselves with some of these cartoon references, but the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Rachel
No.
Flintstone.
Like Flint, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like I I never pronounced the first T. There's two T's in Flintstones. I just Flintstones.
Yeah, Flintstone.
Flins. Tones. Flintstones. But
Yeah.
it's Flint. It's Flintstones.
That
Yeah.
doesn't really roll off your tongue that well.
No, it doesn't. No, Flintstones. You know,
Flint
Flintstones.
Stones.
Flintstone sounds great. Flintstones doesn't. But it's got two T's. It's Flintstones.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just don't. It drives me. I feel weird. I feel weird.
Then my job is done.
No, you bastard.
Well, looking at the time, that's all we have. Thank you for joining us on Trauma Cupcakes.
Bye.
Bye.